Okay, so what we do on these embrace and embody healing calls is there's just a small component of the essence of energetics that will begin the whole call. And the reason why I started at the essence of energetics is because the whole part of healing is you being able to connect inside yourself. You being able to connect with God, source, creator, higher self, whatever word you want to put to that is fine. For me, it's God, but there's no judgment. Whatever you think, it's okay because the universe is just here for all of us, you know?
Yes.
And in enabling the energy around us, right? In the quantum field, what I would say is inviting in the Holy Spirit, you know, that beautiful, loving light and energy into our bodies and being able to connect what's inside with what's around us, when in reality, what is around us is us. You
Yes.
know, we are this body, but we're in this body, but really we're the soul,
Mhm.
right? So we're the whole being. And we often forget about this part of ourselves that lives out here. But I want us to remember, and I want to really teach people how to connect beautifully with that piece of yourself. And so that's what I do on the Essence of Energetics calls. So we start with just a little bit of that during this call. But then when we're going through this Essence of Energetics, what I ask you to do is really feel into your body, feel into what we're bringing in and how you're feeling. And there might be a place that kind of is speaking to you more strongly than another part of your body, you know? Today, though, we are definitely coming into the hands once we come out of the whole experience with the energetics. So there's going to be a little bit of focus with coming into the hands. Okay.
Mhm.
And then, um, yeah. So let's come into ourselves for a moment and just sit up gently. And we're going to start by just bringing in that love, that light, that softness, that beauty that surrounds us. And we're going to invite that in gently. So we'll start with some gentle breaths, and with every breath in, and this is at your own pace. You do not have to follow my breath. You come in and out at your own pace. But with every breath in, we're going to invite in all of that love, that light, that Holy Spirit, that quantum energy that surrounds us. And really bring that in, feeling that, and allow that to open up and move throughout your body. And take a deep breath in. With every breath in, we're bringing all of that goodness into our bodies, all of that beautiful healing. And with every breath out, we're allowing that energy to go through our bodies into Mother Earth. And then she picks that up, and we're bringing it back up and surrounding ourselves with all of that. And then we come in again with the breath in, bringing that all into our being, feeling all of this in the beautiful depths, and then down, allowing it to flow all the way through us into Mother Earth, creating that nice energetic field around us where we feel connected not just to our bodies, but we feel connected to the energy around our bodies. We feel connected to each other. We feel connected to the earth. We feel connected to God, Source, Creator, Holy Spirit. And just gently take a few deep breaths into that space right now. And just remember with every in, We're bringing in all of that lovely, juicy energy that we want to keep. And we're grounding that in and surrounding ourselves with all of that love, that light, that depth of being, and feeling that really connecting deeply. And now, as we're sitting, we're going to put energy on either side of our sits bones. So come in now to your sits bones, to that bottom part where you're connected to the chair beneath you. Or if you're standing, you will feel the energy connected all the way to the floor or the ground, the earth, whichever you're feeling in this exact moment. And we're going to start with the right side. And this is our masculine side. And we're going to bring that energy into that right side and allow it to come. So we're coming through the top, feeling it gently flow down our bodies, through our scalp, behind our ears, that side of our neck. Really bring all of that energy down and focus into that right sits bone or that right heel, and really bring all of that. And you may be just energetic, or you may lean just a little to the right. I personally like to lean just a little to create that more solid connection, to remind my body to connect to that piece of my pelvis. And then very gently bring that energy all the way down. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths. One breath in and out. And with every breath in, we're bringing in all of that love and that light. And with every breath out, we're sending that beautiful, strong energy into that sits bone, reminding ourselves of how strong we are, of the container we're allowed to build, and what we can hold. And that's so beautiful. And then we're going to very gently take a breath in and come back to center. And we're going to feel into the center and the connectedness. One deep breath in together. Once again, bringing all of that beautiful energy in, feeling it come all the way down into the sits bones, down your legs, through your feet, into Mother Earth, and back up around with another breath in. And bring all of that down. And now we're going to come into that left side, that beautiful, beautiful, energetic female, feminine side. And allow with every breath in to bring in all of that nurturing. Allow that nurturing to come all the way down and into that sits bones. And you can do it only energetically, or you can shift. I like to shift because I like to feel that really strong connection. And I'm allowing that whole energy to flow all the way into the sits bone and down into Mother Earth and back around again. So when you take that breath in, think about that nurturing, feminine, gentle, open, receptive side where we get to allow what we need to come in and reside within us, and gently out. Now we're going to do one more breath in and come into center. And we're going to just give a little wiggle into our sits bones and really feel that connection, because we want that right and that left side to really feel into that balance, right? And this is where we take another breath in, and we're breathing in the balance and allowing that to flow. all the way through into the sits bones, down the legs, to the heels, all the way into earth, where we take her beautiful energy and wrap it around us in that nurturing way. And we bring that masculine into us, that strength and all of that. And just really feel into that. Yeah. And just very gently take a nice breath in and out. Beautiful. And now we're going to go ahead and just gently come back in. We open our eyes and we're going to sit with that beautiful energy. Yeah. And how are we? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. So now we're going to come in. I was just checking the chat and I realized that we saved the chat from last week. So I guess when I recorded the chats, not the rest of it. I don't
I
know.
love it. I don't feel so bad.
Or maybe, I don't know. It looks like something's here. It's a summary. It's an embrace and embody healing summary. Anyway, it's okay. So what we're going to do now, sorry for the distraction, but you're feeling relaxed, Karen. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
wicked. Yes. That's a main comment. Wicked.
Yay. I love that.
Wicked relaxed.
Beautiful.
Oh
So
man.
now what I'd like to do now is we're going to take that relaxed energy and we're going to really bring it into the hands. Okay? Because this
Okay.
is what we're going to work on today is our hands. And so
Okay.
what we're going to do is just really gently, you can close your eyes if you want for this moment, but you don't need to. This is just taking all of that we just did, right? All of that softness, all of that relaxation that we're feeling now in our bodies, and really allow that to flow all the way down our elbows, into our wrists, into our hands. And you can just, I'm just making the motions, but we really want to get that feeling into our hands, okay? And now last week, just to fill you in, Janita, last week we did several gentle motions with our hands, and we started with the fingers. And now, and we did a little bit in here with the movement. So I'm probably going to make those again since I unfortunately didn't record them. But what I want to do today is talk a little bit about the anatomy. And then from there, and just a little, but from there, I want to give you some really gentle movements that are based on that. And please feel free, there are just the three of us. So please feel free to like ask any questions or any kind of comments or anything that you would like to see as we're making this, going through this, because it's totally okay. You know, we're here to connect and and I don't know that I shared a lot of this, but my expertise is in kinesiology with a concentration in neuroscience. So I have been studying the human body, even development from I was 18, I think. 17 or 18 when I first 18. I was 18 when I first started studying human development. And so this is a whole long life of studying the body. And my struggle was, do I want to study the body, or do I want to study psychology? And I lean more toward the body because of the pain that I was wanting to allow to set free in my own body. Um, and then, of course, because I am so curious about the mind, I ended up with a concentration in neuroscience. So here I am, um, integrating that with spirituality because that's what I really feel with my hands on clients. What I have found the highest reward with pain relief has been with people who do the exercises that I recommend, right? But the biggest are the ones that also are willing to integrate themselves, the spiritual component to it.
Mhm.
That's like, I have a couple of stories that it is kind of mind a few stories actually, but pretty mind blowing in the changes that we've seen in their bodies. Yeah, so that's why I start with the essence of energetics for the connection, and then we move into a little bit more about the actual movement of the body and the anatomy of it. So a huge component, I would say, I would argue to say one of the biggest components of feeling chronic pain in our bodies is actually, oh, oh, Karen, that's beautiful. What a beautiful share. May I read that?
Yes.
So Karen wrote, I feel with strength through spirit, my cancer left my body. Yeah. And
I love shares. Yeah.
thank you for sharing that because I mean, this is one of the reasons why personally I follow Christ's teachings, not necessarily traditional Christian journey, but his teachings in particular, because he has said over and over again, your faith. It is by your faith that you have
Absolutely.
been healed.
Yes, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know,
You start crying.
it's true though.
Yeah.
It's true. And I realize it's a different, it's a different focus because a lot of, and not bashing Christianity, but a lot of Christian, because I do consider myself a Christian, but I'm coming in to stand on a new way of thinking about what Christian means. You
Me too.
know,
That's
that's
what
that's
happened
where
to
I'm
me.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so many reading so much about what he has to say and his words, it's it's left to the wayside with a lot of Christian teachings, right? Because they focus on that end piece of him dying on the cross, which I'm not saying didn't happen, but I'm saying that's all they focus on. And they miss all of the years of his beautiful teachings. Yes, and it is fear. And we are told in the Bible 365 times, fear not, fear not. When we come from a place of fear, that's what we're bringing into our bodies. But when we come from a place of love,
Mhm.
that's what we're bringing into our bodies. And that's
Yes.
where the neuroscience steps in too. So I'm glad that we're talking about this because this is what my VIP is going to be, is diving deep into this kind of stuff and how spirituality and science connect. And that's a huge part of so that was what I was going to say. The other piece is the fascia is a huge component to what happens. Oh, it's the same with Hinduism. I think this is what's super important, is coming together and not allowing, quote, religious beliefs to separate us, but allowing us to come together in truth. I just got the whole body chills all over my body when I said that, and it's just so beautiful. Anyway, so a huge part of what happens in our hands is and in our whole body where this pain can come from. It's a connective tissue. The fascia, I believe it's the conduit. It's what holds everything, right? So it goes throughout our whole body. Without it, we would literally just fall. But it holds our veins. It helps to have the blood running all through our body. It holds our nervous system. It's the structure. It's the structure that holds all of that together. It wraps around and through our muscles, around the bone, even into the brain, even the brain stem, the brain, around the scalp, everywhere, everywhere. So a lot of what can happen in our hands, because we use them so much, right? Throughout our lifetime, we are just constantly in a state of using the hands. And sometimes the fascia can get tightened, and a lot of times, especially with repetitive motion,
Mhm.
and we lean toward one side or the other, stress, tension. So if you can imagine, like, let's say you're a bank teller, right? Just throwing that out. And you know how the bank tellers are constantly at the desk, constantly doing that and having to look at the screen and up. And even back in the day before we had computers, they were still in that constant position. And all of the tension that you feel and that binds up in your shoulders and in your neck, right? That pulling in like that will have an effect on our extremities, where it will start to make the extremities feel tight and stuck. Does that make sense? Because the way the fascia is connected, as this tightens, and it's similar as plantar fasciitis, right? And that what happens underneath and on that heel, that Achilles tendon and all of that tightening, it's the fascia starting to tighten so much in the extremities because it's coming in and getting stuck in that space that's in around our shoulders and our chest and our back and our hips. It all pulls. So everything starts to get pulled in to our core. So that's part of the reason why when we're doing these, I encourage breath, because the breath will come in, back up just a little, but the breath allows for all of this experience, right? All of this here that is tightened. When we take those nice deep breaths, you can feel that expansion, right? You can feel it. And if you pay attention to all of the subtleties, when we come into a place where there's so much tension that we're feeling in our hands, we can gently caress that area and take these really nice, big, deep breaths. And pinning this area allows for the expansion. And then you can feel that energy coming and opening up all the way down and all the way back in through these breaths. So that's a huge part of why I do the things I'm doing the way I'm doing it, right? And then the other piece of it is the neuroscience component, where we are literally creating new synapses to the brain with these movements. So when we come in and we create softness and gentleness, and where we're allowing that to release, and we step into a place where, because there are times then where the pain that you feel, whether it be in your hand, I mean, wherever it is, right? But that pain ends up, the signal gets sent as a pain-free signal rather than a painful signal. So that's why I recommend to people that when you're having problems in specific areas, if you can create ease and comfort and opening in that particular area, then you can take that moment throughout the whole day. You can take a moment to go, I'm going to bring this into comfort. I'm going to move my comfort, my discomfort into comfort, right? And we take these moments, and in these moments, every single time you do it, you're helping to rewire the pain-free synaptic signal in your brain. So it's all of this all working together, you know? Okay. So now we're going to come into the hands. And with this, last week we were doing really targeted movements on the fingers. Today, what I want to do is really imagine we're going to give our hands hugs. That's what we're going to do, okay? And what I want to show you in particular, because we might get to this point today, but obviously your hands are full of bones, full of ligaments, full of tendons. There are so many. And when we come in with this movement, when we close our fist gently, we can feel a softening in a lot of it. You might feel a little bit of a stretch back here, but for the most part, you're going to feel softening here, right? But and only do this as far as you feel comfortable, because this is an extreme. The reason why I want to talk about this is because we've got to be careful here, because you've heard of carpal tunnel, right? And it's the effect here in carpal tunnel is here you can see the arch. This arch is what creates the little room here for the that creates that tunnel where the tendons come through, right? But there are also bands across here, and these bands get tight, damaged, they squeeze, they can get inflamed for a number of reasons. And that squeezing across here that pushes down, it agitates those parts of the tendon and can even get into the nerve. And it's all related to fascia, inflammation, irritation, all that kind of stuff. These gentle movements, like I'm saying right now, where we give a hug to the hands, can really soften everything that's happening, and allow for a little bit of reprieve if you're somebody that suffers from issues in the hands. And we also have to realize that this is not isolated. Then you got to remember that the whole hand into the elbow, all the way up the arm, the shoulder, everything is related, right? So, what I want you to do, but don't come back too far. I personally don't have any issues with the carpal tunnel, but if you do, just create that extension just as comfortable as that feels good to you. So I can really beautiful. Yes, you're both doing such a good job. And that's okay, Karen. It's okay. Just as far as it feels comfortable. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath in that comfortable position. Okay. So hold, because holding and pinning is very important. And in this holded state, we're going to take a nice deep breath in and out, and really notice. You should start to feel the connection with the breath and how it flows into your hand. So let's do another deep breath in and really bring that all the way up. Allow for that big expansion in your chest while you're holding that. And then gently, and you may start to feel even more softening. You might feel like it becomes even more comfortable. Then we're going to do one more deep breath in And allow for that expansion and out. And then allow your hand to come back to a more neutral position and give yourself just a little bit of softening. Now we're going to come, and this is where we're going to start to give our hand a hug. Okay. So what I want you to do is think about where your hand was because we're going to revisit that after. Okay. So now we're going to come in, and this is probably a much more comfortable position, right? We're going to take our other hand and very gently, we're just going to hold it really as if we're giving it a hug and hold it in a way that feels comfortable for you. Like your one hand is receiving and the other hand is giving. And hold it into a place of comfort. And now we're going to do 3 more breaths while we're holding in this place of comfort, okay? Let's take a deep breath in and really allow for that expansion as much as feels comfortable. Don't overexpand, just enough. And out. And really feel that emptying of your lungs. And then in. And out. Really feel that emptying. And we're going to do 1 more in. Allow for that expansion and a gentle out. And now we're going to, I know they still want to hug each other, but we're going to let go. And now the hand that was being hugged, you know, can you feel the difference? Isn't that something? Just so gentle, like we just gave that hand so much love. So now, what I'd like for you to do is now we're going to go back into that position of stretch, right? And use the same hand, Karen. Use the same hand, and I want you to notice, was there a shift? Yeah. And I can visually see the difference in your hand. Yeah. And you're on mute. If you want to come off mute, you can. But do you see what I mean?
What a difference, Val.
Yeah.
Janita, how about you? Wow.
I use my ear all the time. Um, I'm a wellness and massage therapist, but this is like my body's been holding on to, especially with my right side. I don't know what I did to it. For the last 2 days, I've had stiffness in my neck. I
Oh,
woke up with a bruise on the top of my arm. And it's not even a purple bruise, it is a green and yellow bruise. Um, so like my hand just like, and then because I'm also a reflexologist, like when I do this, like you can feel the stress and tension, which also tells me what's going on in the rest of my body, which is so true. So
Yeah.
yes, like
Yeah. So what's
so
interesting
much
that
better.
what you
But my
talk about,
neck also feels so much better. Like
yes.
there's no, like the movement so much better. Like it just felt like it was just like releasing and going out. So yes, thank you, Val.
Yeah. Oh, you're
This is
so
amazing.
welcome. Isn't it? And this is about connecting to ourselves in a gentle way, in
Yeah,
a soft way, meeting ourselves exactly where we are, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that this is making me so happy.
I feel like a new person. This one still hurts and this one
Well,
doesn't.
then let's go ahead and work on the other one. How about
Wow,
if we do the same thing? And I'm going to move so that I can, yeah,
that's crazy.
it is. And there I've been developing this for a long time and really didn't fully like I hadn't I've been doing all the self-care, but coming to a place of being able to tell someone else how to connect the way that I do was a big challenge for me. That was kind of a bridge. And I actually did a human garage like 2-ish years ago or 3, but their movements are so big that when you're in a state of pain, it's not the right avenue to take. It's too fast. The movements are too huge. It's too much. So I kind of took that and integrated it into all the other stuff that I already knew. And then that's when I'm like, oh, wow, this really works.
It does.
And the thing is coming into that breath, right? And bringing that connective ability to connect with source creator, God, I like to say, but whatever you want to choose, it just is like the icing on the cake, right?
Mhm.
It's so beautiful. Okay, so now we'll come in and we're going to work with the other hand. Oh, Janita, did you have a question? You're breaking up a little bit, so hold on. Try again.
You can't hear her.
We can barely hear you. I'm not sure what it is.
Thing.
That's
Is
good.
that better? Yes.
Yes.
So I was reading something recently and it says we're born with two physical things, which is our body and our breath. And when we take control of that, you can heal yourself so much better.
Yes. Yes. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, I could talk about breath forever. Do you know, from a big, I don't know about Hinduism, but from a biblical standpoint in Genesis, that's where life came from,
Yes.
from words. God,
Yes.
from the words, from
With
the breath.
so with yoga, there's a breath yoga, if they want to call it that. It's called pranayam. So there's different breathing exercises that you do, which
Yeah.
is just, and pran basically means life source. So
Yeah.
your breath is your life source.
Yeah.
Come to basics. So it's the same thing. Yes.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Well, now we're going to continue
Yes.
and let's come into the other hand, whichever opposite hand of yours. And now let me remind you that when we do these movements, right? Because we're going to go back just like we did before, stay in comfort. Don't go back so far that it creates a stretch that's beyond what's comfortable for you. And I love how Karen, how you're bending your fingers, giving that, because that little bit of bend gives a little bit of softening here, for someone who's suffering. I can actually pull out more because my hands feel pretty good. And so for me, that's a nice, gentle stretch. But we all need to come into whatever works best for us, because that is a huge part of healing, is meeting ourselves exactly where we are. So like what we're doing right now is we're literally having a conversation with our own body, with our own energy, and we're listening. We're listening to our hand. We're listening to the hand say, that's as far as I want to go, you know? So we're going to come in now. We're going to hold and we're going to do our 3 breaths, okay? And so let's go ahead and take that first deep breath in. And when we do, remember that we're really expanding, but only expand enough that is comfortable for you. And then allow for that release. And let your breath out. And really tune in to what's happening along your shoulder and all the way, how that energy comes all the way into the hand. And then we're going to take another deep breath in. Allow for that opening, that expansion, just enough that it feels good in your body. And out. And just continue to hold. And we're going to do one more nice breath in. And remember, with the ins is when we're bringing in all of that healing energy, all of that love. And with the out is when we're connecting to Mother Earth and sending all of that down and back around. Okay. And now we're going to just very gently come back and we're going to allow for a little bit of movement and feel how that feels and really allow your body to settle in. And then now it's the time where we're going to give this other hand a hug, right? So come into just a comfortable position and we're going to bring the other hand and we're going to come around and remember that you're going to give that hug. You're going to give it a perfect little hug. The one hand is hugging the other hand is receiving that hug. And we're allowing that energy to flow from one to the other, allowing that gentle softness. And in this moment now, we're going to breathe deeply in and allow for the expansion and really allow that healing energy to come all the way into us and into our bodies. So take a nice deep breath in and allow for that expansion. Oh, at the top of the breath, come out. And allow that softening when you allow that out. And another deep breath in, bringing in all of that healing, all of that love, and really giving that hand, that snuggled hand, some softness. And you might even feel an adjustment. My hand wants a bigger hug, so I adjust it gently. Whatever feels right to you, remember that this is all about what feels right in your body. This is us having a conversation with our own selves. And take one last nice deep breath in. Oh, and gently out. And now we're just very gently gonna release the hand, stop hugging, and feel it. Gentle movement, right? And then we're going to repeat that same and that ease. And how does that, can you feel that difference? Oh my goodness. Wow. Karen, I can see that difference.
Wow. I feel it pulling a little bit on here, so I know I need a lot of work.
That's great. So I'll give you a next step since we do have, I think, about 10 or 12 more minutes.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay.
so now let's take a next step. I'm going to come back into center. So if you're feeling when you're coming this direction, right?
Yeah.
And be
Yeah.
gentle with it. But when you're doing that and you're feeling this
Yeah.
pull coming all the way down and that pull coming down, feel the difference. So you're here and then now come the opposite direction and keep your palms open and come that. And can you feel how that lets that go?
Yeah.
Right? And how it
Yeah.
immediately lets that go, and you can let it fall as much as you want, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you're in this, so now another way to work with this area, because this is a huge issue for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Is you put it into that very gentle, comfortable space. So I'm holding my hands up now, but normally I would just be chilling like this. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit, but this is for the recording purposes. But
Yeah.
let's just say, I'm gonna try to scoot up. But let's just say we're relaxing because you can do this. You can just relax onto the arm of a chair, wherever you're feeling comfortable.
Mm.
But you come in and you just allow for that slack, just gentle. You don't have to over exaggerate, just a gentle slack. So we've got a little gentle slack here. Then we're going to take our other hand and we're going to hold onto that. Remember last week, Karen,
Mm.
how we used the palm of our hands and we put our thumb in there
Yes.
and Janita, because this because and as a body worker, Janita, I'm sure you already are there. But this gives like a little handle, right? And a little wrap. And then we can on the back side, bring our hand around, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to give that little slack and then we're going to add some gentle compression. And if you watch my fingers, you're going to see how it kind of follows that line in. Okay? I'm just
Mhm.
showing you the line
Mhm.
here.
Okay. Oh, I see.
You know, do you see the line I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah.
Because if we put the force straight down, that'll
Yeah.
work a little, but you kind of want it to go, you kind of want it to go along with where the at the point of axis is. Do you
Mhm.
see? So
Yeah.
you want to bring that energy this direction. And what will happen is you will start to feel, but we're going to come in, you'll start to feel the comfort in your body. So first we want to actually give it a hug like we were before. So you can
Mhm.
see my fingers are wrapped all the way around the other side of the wrist as well, right?
Yes.
And as you have that as a handle, and this is why I recommend, coming into an armchair or something,
Mhm.
right? And you're going to add that pressure down. And this isn't, oh, push. It's, hey, you can take a break. So we are allowing this part to have a break and not have to keep holding so much, you know? And so
Mhm.
as we're holding, we just gently push that energy down and that simple, and I'm just coming down into that wrist, right? And you
Mhm.
can adjust however needs to be adjusted for your wrist because it might feel better to come this way. I'm guessing not, but it might.
Mhm.
It might feel better to come even more bent, which then in that case, do you see? I can push. I'm just showing you
Yeah.
the direction. Do you see?
Yeah.
But we're holding. And
Yeah.
this gentle, ooh, that feels really good.
Yeah.
To me, that feels really good. So
It does. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit, and that's the thing. So now you can carry this along with you by yourself on your own. You can
Mhm.
be working at a computer or on your phone and start to feel that tension and that pressure and go, wait a minute, I need to let this go.
Yeah.
And then it takes 3 breaths, you know? And so you sit in this and so let's go ahead and do it. And we'll take 3 breaths together. Ready? And remember when you're breathing every breath in, we are actively bringing that healing energy into our bodies, right? So take that nice deep breath in. And then we're circulating the healing all the way through. And with every breath out, we're asking Mother Earth to help because she's designed to do that. And then another deep breath in, bringing in all of that healing from source, all of that healing. And as we go out, we give that to Mother Earth and wrap it all the way around us. And another deep breath in. And with that expansion, we can feel that fascia start to move, start to open up, and then out. Yeah. And then just very gently, when you're ready, just give yourself a opening and just really feel the difference now.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy right now. You have no idea. My
That's
hands have
great.
been hurting me seriously. My fingers
Yeah.
is so bad, or the tightness or something.
Well, that's okay. I mean, because that is the term arthritis that they use. That's part, that it's
Oh.
but this is what I try to tell people because I work with people because I am a pain relief specialist.
Mhm.
That's what I do. That's my specialty is teaching
Mhm.
people how to get pain out of their own bodies. See, so now I'm like, I want to do this other hand because this one feels so freaking great.
I know.
Um, but 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 I've worked with people who they've had surgery, neck surgery, have been told they're going to need neck surgery again. People that have been told they have bulging discs, degenerative discs, people with sciatica that they can't get that pain out of their body. And I'm like, I don't care what words the
Mhm.
medical institution gives you for what's happening in your body. I guarantee you that we are self-healing organisms.
I
You,
believe that.
you know what I mean? Period. And
Yeah.
so it's not about like having to say, oh, I don't have arthritis. It's about, oh, okay, that's okay. I can heal regardless. Like it just doesn't, not allowing those words to hold.
Yes. Mindset.
It's so important. It's so important.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
let's just go ahead now and do the other because I feel so I'm like that's what's so funny is I don't do this a lot to myself anymore because I'm usually in a pain-free state now.
Oh, how
You know?
nice.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, and it took me years to get here, but
Okay.
but now that I've gotten here, yeah, but hopefully it doesn't take you years because I navigated this all on my own based on my own knowledge, right? My education, and just kind of
Mhm.
figured this all out by myself. So
Mhm.
hopefully it doesn't take you as long because hopefully knowing that there's somebody to help show you will make it, speedier recovery,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there were days when my pain level was so excruciating that I could barely move. I would never say
Mhm.
10. Well, there maybe once or twice. But for me, a 10 is literally you cannot move. That
Wow.
to me is a 10. Anything other than that would
Mhm.
not be a 10. But I've had pain levels of, 7, 8, even working as a waitress where you're getting sciatica, you know,
Wow.
sh going all the way down. Like sometimes what happens to me right now is if I sit for too long, so I actually have a desk that I stand up at when I'm working on my school stuff. I stand a lot of the time. I'm not sitting. But what will happen if I sit for too long is I'll start to feel that sciatica. But I've been doing this for so long that I literally can go, oh, okay, wait, hold on a minute, and turn and position my body just right in a standing position over my hip and get the weight and then it just sinks in and then the sciatica's gone and it does not continue. It literally just because it's all about working with the stretch reflex instead of against it. It's all so exciting. This stuff just lights me up.
It is. Yeah.
All
What
right.
does
So,
Janita think?
yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Uh, just um, just doing
Can't hear you
reflexology.
Where,
again.
yeah,
There we
where
go.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, maybe I must just move closer.
There.
Um, yeah, so just as I mean, reflexologist, because I do pregnancy massages through reflexology. And these ladies come in and like, I can't move my hips and I'm struggling to walk. And I'm like, okay, but we're not touching your physical back. And let's do this. And they look at me like, okay, is this really going to work? And then 10 minutes in the session, they're like, oh my God, like I can just feel this going away. I
Wow.
had
It's
a
so
client I saw
beautiful.
2 weeks ago, and he's like, I can literally, while you're massaging, I can feel the inflammation leaving my body.
Mm.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Yay.
Oh my
You're
So
goodness.
magic.
I try. I
I love
try. I
being
listen.
surrounded by magic. Let's
I
go.
listen. I listen to your body, and I
Yes.
work your sessions through that. But my husband laughs at me because I tell him, I said, my purpose in life is to change the world one massage at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. You know what I tell
Um,
people? I say I would rather touch 100 people's bodies one time than touch one person's body 100 times.
100 times. Yes.
I like
Yes.
that. Both you
Yeah,
Yes.
ladies
so
are
Yes.
magical.
I'm feeling you.
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah, look at us. And you too, Karen, a natural
Yes.
healer.
I'm feeling both of you. Yes, thank you. This is
Well,
very
I'm feeling you
beautiful.
too.
This is
I
Yes.
very
never
beautiful.
I never knew that story with you with your cancer, and I'm just
Oh,
so beautiful to hear that.
I'm writing a
Amazing.
book about it.
Mm. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yes.
I can't
Oh,
wait to
thank
read
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
ladies. It means
Well,
that much to me to want to share what I went through to help one person,
yes, that's how I feel. If
for
we can
that
help
person to
even
pass it on. No, we're not
one,
going to die. We're going to be okay. We're going to heal. And I
yes.
said, my cancer will not come back. It is gone. And I say
Mm,
that with intention a million times over. I have too much
yes.
left to do. So
Yes.
that's my
Yes.
heart in
Oh,
my
I love
heart.
that. I have chills all over my body listening to you
I
say
know I
that. And
got
I
chills again
believe you.
too.
And you know what? And you're right. You're right because you are setting your whole system up for success.
I am.
And I'm going to start saying that for you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a support group. I feel like a new woman.
This
My
is so
hands don't
good.
hurt.
Right? We're like, well,
Oh,
we were going to do
yeah,
the other hand, but we're already at our time. And
I
I've got
know.
another call I have to hop onto, but that's okay because you can do the other hand by yourself and just take some deep breaths
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
get this call uploaded because
Okay.
I did record it this time, right?
Yes.
Yay.
I hope you did.
I pushed record, I swear.
That is so
Yeah.
funny. That would be me with my own platform. Oh my God.
And it's okay because, I thought this call was perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Oh my God. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Janita.
Yeah.
So
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you, really. It's
Yes, I'm
great to
so,
know
Yes.
what you do. Yeah,
yeah.
very
Thank you for
important.
coming on the call and such a pleasure meeting you in
I
almost
know.
person.
Hands for all.
Yeah.
Let's raise that
All
vibe.
right. Yes, that is what we're doing, raising
Oh,
the
God bless
vibe.
David. Yeah.
Yeah,
Raise vibes for
I
all.
know. I love him.
I know, me too.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Have a great
Yeah.
afternoon or
Oh,
evening wherever you
yes.
are.
You too.
All right. Love you
I have
guys.
to be in
Mwah.
hospital.
All
Okay.
right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.